finally, an encouragement of constructive multilateralism. Unfortunately, the decision taken in the wake of the global financial crisis by G20 and G8 have proved to be insufficient because they were not all included in their evaluation. Kazakhstan therefore encourages member states to use the G-Global Dialogue platform to help draw up plans to prevent future global crises developed by all and acceptable for all. We have already embarked on this process through the Astana Economic Forum, which resulted in a draft anti-crisis plan offered by the United Nations. We believe that the plan should be taken by the G8 and ECOSOC for serious consideration. Mr. President, at the 47th session of the UN General Assembly in 1992, President Nazarbayev of Kazakhstan initiated the convening of the Conference on Interaction of Building Legislation in Asia. Like the G-Global Initiative SICA and before it, emerged from the firm belief that international progress can only come through strong and effective partnerships, built in the spirit of solidarity with all countries, regardless of their political and economic development. SICA has become an effective multinational forum for enhancing cooperation and promoting peace, security, and stability in Asia. Kazakhstan supports the initiative of China, the current chair of SICA, for a new Asian security concept based on the principle of common, comprehensive, cooperative, and sustainable regional security. This will enable us in the near future to consolidate the SICA and transform it into the Organization for Security and Development in Asia. Mr. President, 2 weeks ago, the UN General Assembly held an informal meeting to make the International Day against nuclear tests. We are pleased that all those present expressed their determination to bring about the world without nuclear weapons testing and ultimately without nuclear weapons. This is an issue close to the heart of the people of Kazakhstan, who have witnessed and continue to live with the terrible legacy of nuclear testing. This is why we propose the 29th of August as the day to raise awareness of this important issue. And this is why President Nazarbayev has launched ATOM project. ATOM stands for the Abolish Testing Our Mission, a global education campaign on the perils of nuclear testing. The closure of the St. Martin's nuclear test site and the renunciation of the world's fourth largest nuclear arsenal, both inherited from the Soviet Union upon our independence, were defining moments for our nation and the starting point for the peaceful foreign policy we will see today. Strengthening the global non-proliferation regime has remained one of the most important priorities of Kazakhstan's foreign policy. The signing in May of this year of the protocol to the Treaty on a Nuclear Weapons-Free Zone in Central Asia, post-Climate Treaty, by the P5 countries mark a major moment for nuclear security in our region. We now urge the nuclear 5 countries to ratify the protocol as soon as it is possible. We strongly encourage all stakeholders to uphold the provisions of the Treaty on the non-proliferation of nuclear weapons, the cornerstone of the non-proliferation regime, and to work towards the early entry into force of CTBT. Sharing the objectives of the proposed Convention on General and Complete Prohibition of Nuclear Weapons, we again call on all member states to adopt the Universal Declaration on Nuclear Weapon Free World. This would serve as the first step towards the Convention. Reaffirming our commitment to the principle of equal rights for all countries to access nuclear technology for peaceful purposes, Kazakhstan stands ready to host the International Bank for Low Enriched Uranium under the auspices of the IAEA. since tolerance. The Congress and its officials have unanimously renounced violence and pledged their support to continue the religious dialogue between leaders of Islam, Christianity, Judaism, Buddhism, Hinduism, Taoism, and many other faiths. Just last week, we prepared a meeting of religious representatives for the 5th Congress in Astana to be held on 15, issued a statement condemning extremism, violence, and terrorism in the name of any religion. Kazakhstan has initiated the establishment of years 2013 through 2022 as the International Decade for the Rapprochement of Cultures. Greater dialogue and the exchange of ideas between different cultures greatly enhance international security. Mr. President, the situation in Afghanistan in the wake of recent elections and the ongoing withdrawal of the coalition forces is a matter of importance for the wider security of Central Asia. We congratulate President-elect Dr. Ashraf Ghani Ahmadzai and the people of Afghanistan for the completion of the electoral process. We look forward to close cooperation with Dr. Ghani and Dr. Abdullah as they form and work together in the national unity government. Economic development is key to Afghanistan's re-emergence as a peaceful and prosperous nation and a good neighbor to Central Asia. Kazakhstan fully supports Afghanistan's integration in the region's expanding network of trade, energy, and transportation needs. Kazakhstan has taken practical steps to help the rehabilitation of our neighbor. The government of Kazakhstan has allocated almost $3 billion for the construction of social infrastructure and providing humanitarian food assistance of more than $17 billion. We are spending $50 billion to train around 1,000 Afghan students in Kazakhstani universities. The first group of civilian graduates will soon successfully complete their education in Kazakhstan and join the peaceful reconstruction process in their own country. Mr. President, it is clear that in Central Asia we face a number of challenges that endanger stability not only in specific countries but the entire region. There is little sign, regrettably, that these problems will disappear in the near future. That is why the UN and the international community must work in Central Asia more purposefully. Within this context, Kazakhstan's call for the establishment of the United Nations regional hub in the city of Almaty is highly relevant. The UN plays an invaluable role in addressing natural and man-made disasters and assisting countries in their sustainable development through the coordination of activities of national, regional, and international actors. We believe that, with the focus on humanitarian assistance and development, the regional UN hub in Almaty will complement the work of the UN Center for Preventive Diplomacy in Ashgabat in Afghanistan. The presence of these two regional UN bodies will cover a very broad range of challenges faced by countries in this vast region, including Afghanistan. And of course, the government of Kazakhstan stands ready to offer our full support in establishing and developing this hub. Mr. President, sustainable development is central to Kazakhstan's ambition for the future. We commend the UN and the Secretary General Ban Ki-moon for convening the Action Focus Climate Summit a few days ago. Within our borders, we are working hard to achieve our national plan to transition to a green economy and have recently adopted voluntary commitments to reducing greenhouse gas emissions under the United Nations Framework Convention on Climate Change. A national system for greenhouse gas emissions trading has already been put into operation. We are also determined to support sustainable development globally. In 2017, Astana will host the International Specialized Exhibition Expo 2017 on the subject of future energy, which will promote best practices in the field of sustainable energy. We will provide support to representatives from around 60 developing countries to take part in 2017. Kazakhstan, along with Uzbekistan, is launching a project of installation of biogas systems in non-nine small island developing states of the Pacific, which will help local communities to produce electricity. At the same time, Kazakhstan and the UNDP are developing a training program in the sector of oil, gas, agriculture, and medicine for countries in Africa, Oceania, and Latin America and Caribbean. As the largest natural country in the world, Kazakhstan attaches great importance to the upcoming second presentation conference of Bangkok Development Councils in Vienna in November of this year. The meeting aims to review and build on the Almaty program of action to produce a new roadmap of policies that takes into account the challenges and threats that emerge since the Almaty plan was and reduces transit times by up to 10 days, making it 4.5 times shorter than the sea route through the Suez Canal. By 2020, we expect the volume of freight traffic on the corridor between China, Central Asia, Russia, and Europe to reach 33 million tons annually. The construction of new rail routes is also linking our region together like never before. This December, we plan to open the Kazakhstan, Turkmenistan, Iran, Persian Gulf Railroad, which will carry up to 10 million tons of cargo per year and allow us to increase our wheat exports fivefold. Another railroad, Uzbekistan, Turkmenistan, Iran, Oman, Qatar, which was first agreed in 2011, will also greatly increase international transit capacity for our region. Dear friends, as you know, Kazakhstan is a candidate for a non-permanent seat in the United Nations Security Council for the years 2017 and 18. It is a major step for our country, which has never before served in the Security Council. Our extensive engagement in international affairs, including chairing key regional organizations such as the Organization for Security and Cooperation in Europe and the Organization for Islamic Cooperation, has given us experience to bring to this important role. We believe the priorities and challenges of our region should be represented in the Security Council, and Kazakhstan is ready to play its role. We are a peaceful, stable, and fast-developing country with a reputation of impartiality and an effective, balanced approach with a strong focus on